we're inside today because it's raining outside. So, what I want to focus on today is taking the seat off and putting on the new seat. Boom. One of the eBay specials. And then I also got a metal seat hoop that we're going to have to weld on the frame. So, first things first, remove this, kind of mark out where the new seat lands, and start hacking away. And I'm real nervous about chopping into the frame, but uh, this looks like poo poo, and I want a shorter seat, cafe style seat. So let's go. Okay, there's some frames here for the helmet lock and some other things. So I'm going to start taking all that stuff off, and then I'll be back with you. All right, first things first, I wanted to take off this little bracket that holds on the blinkers. And before I just start ripping stuff off, I want to label it. That way I know what to hook back up. So started here, removing this one frame. Where it had to go. It went like this. Okay. Removed a couple bolts, and now I'm going to snip this wire and label it with the tape. Oh God, I hate snipping wires and stuff. Okay. Left blink. All right, it's looking a lot cleaner already. Let's see, can I focus over here? Yeah. So took off the brackets, the tail lights, the license plate labeled with the little label here. It also had another wire, can't freaking see, that was for a CB radio, like an antenna. So don't need that. And now I'm gonna work on taking the fender and the tail light off, and then these stupid helmet holder brackets, and it also held on a bunch of other bags and stuff. So ripping it all off, trying to get fresh, clean start. So I'm in the middle of taking these little rails off, and there's like a bolt here and then a bolt here, and it goes in here, and there's like a lock mechanism. So it's kind of tricky and kind of a pain in the ass to get to. But when I was doing it, I kept hearing like a spark, like when like live wires are touching. So I kind of freaked out because I am familiar with that sound, and I couldn't see anything though. But went ahead and took the battery off because I don't know if I'm pinching a wire or something and it's exposed. But yeah, don't want to get electrocuted today. Well, finally got this little brace bracket off. You don't want to know how I got it off, but it's off. That's the important thing. All right, got them off, unbolted a few of the things on the frame, and then it should. Oh yeah, that was easy. Pops right off. So I have a couple frame pieces. Come on now. The persuader. Oh, earlier when I said I thought I heard wires sparking, it was actually springs inside this little mechanism because I was turning it and I was breaking the springs and the springs were flying off. So, yeah, there's probably a better way, but this is my way. All right, well, here is just the seat sitting on here, and I would like it to sit closer so that this seat actually wraps around the gas tank here. And it comes with this stupid little bracket I'm going to take off and see how that lands. And then obviously I'm going to need to cut part of the frame here. So we're going to take off any of these wires and stuff and move them out of the way if I can. And then I'm going to see how the seat lies and see what I need to cut off. Hopefully I won't be cutting too much off, because then I have to put the seat hoop on somewhere. So I'm going to figure that out. All right, so the seat bracket I took off, and it had a couple of these little rubber feet that were getting in the way. So right now, if I want to fit it close up to the tank, the two bolts are hitting these rubber gaskets. So what I'm going to do is remove the bolts. That should bring it down a hair, and then I'm going to see if I need to carve out some plastic under here to have it sit even more flush. So I'll be back. All right, so I did remove some of the plastic underneath here, and it is fitting a lot more flush, especially when I'm going to put a little mounting bolts back in there and bring this down. So first things first, I'm going to remove this bracket here so I can get a good lay on the seat and see where things need to be finally cut. So first things first, this bracket. Alrighty, I removed the brackets. Where's the damn seat? Oh, excuse me. Alright, so that looks like it's laying pretty good there. Alright, so now I need to get a good good line on where I want the seat hoop. Here's the seat hoop. Okay, so seat hoop goes on underneath here. So that looks pretty good. All right, so I've done a lot since we last left off. I installed the seat hoop, cut the original frame, and welded it up. So it's welded on the top, but when I ordered the seat hoop, I didn't measure right, and I got the wrong diameter. So came up with these little pieces here, and they're gonna kind of fill in the gaps. So, well, they're gonna fill in the gaps. I'm gonna weld them into place. That way there's a smoother transition. I'm also going to cap these off, and I'm gonna replace this area with a smoother transition piece, because I don't really need to mount anything here anymore. So I don't need it. I'm just going to hack it off and put in a cleaner looking piece. So we'll try that. I'm going to show you after it's done. Yeah, okay, bye. All right, that looks a lot cleaner. Got rid of that little brace, and of course, I knew it was going to. The supports dropped just a hair. So what I'm going to do before I put in the new brace, I'm going to kind of clamp it up a little bit on each side so that I get that tension back into the frame. But first I'm going to put on these little transition pieces that we talked about earlier. That's just going to help fill that gap. And once I grind it, it's going to look a lot better and less, you know, shitty. All right, got those little spacers on here. Welds are kind of shitty, but I'm going to clean those up. I'm going to work on a little bracket here, added some flat bar, but I wanted something on here that I could blacksmith a little bit. So I have some flat bar I'm going to put here, but I'm going to bend it so it almost has a little radius. Just a tiny little detail that I think I'm going to enjoy. I don't think anyone's really going to care or notice, but I wanted to try that. All right, I'm just going to try to put a small radius in here. All right, so here are the little brackets that I made, and I'm going to put them here. And I put this pipe here so I could roll in case there's a gap, I can roll up the tire to bring in that tension. So I'm gonna keep it here, tack it in place, and then I can take it off. I like that slight curve to it. It gives it just a hint of character, just a dash. All right, so got the brackets on. Cleaned up the welds a little bit. They still look a little questionable, but they're solid. I got this Bondo body filler. I'm just gonna use it to smooth out the tiny little imperfections. I already lifted up the whole bike by the loop or by the hoop, so I know the welds are solid on there. Like I said, I was going to cap these off. I found these cool fittings, and I think once I paint the frame black and the fittings brass, it's really going to give it a cool little look, something a little bit different. All right, so I'm going to finish that up. Oh yeah, I'm going to put a little bracket for the seat that I can mount the seat to. I'm going to put something here and then something back here. So once I do that, then I'm going to prime and paint it and everything. So it's getting there. All right, so I've got the support here for the seat and it's drilled. I was gonna put one up here, but I don't really think I need it. So what I actually did was these two bolts are for this support, and then I put on a little clip here, and it actually goes underneath the tank here. So I'll be putting it on there, and then it'll drop into that, bolt it on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, that's not too bad for a quick little fab job. One thing I don't like is it feels like it's sitting up a little high. I would like it to sit a little down, and I think what it is there's a rubber thingy on here that was supposed to provide some shock between the original seat and the tank, and I don't think I need that anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it, and then I might take the heat gun and bend out this shape a little bit to let it flatten out, but that's good for now. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all the paint of the raw metal, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Get a little filler in there just to cover up some of the deep gouges. I'm not trying to have my welds or anything, I promise. Just kidding, I am. I'm gonna put on some primer on the rawness. Oh shit, I forgot to tape up the light. BRB. Perfect. Sorta. Alright, so primer on all the raw spots. Ugh. All right, well, she ain't winning any beauty contests. Yikes. Boom. That is an Uggo, if I've ever seen one. But hey, now I know where to smooth it out a little bit more. Okay, got a couple coats of primer on there. It's looking a lot better. I think it'll really look nice when it has the black paint. Okay, now I'm gonna do the black. I went with the semi-gloss to try to match the old paint job. It's not high gloss or anything, so I was hoping it would match up. That doesn't look too shitty. I'm gonna give it a couple coats. But hey, at least it looks like it matches the rest of the bike now. All right. Oh shit. Well, it's starting to rain and it's still wet, so I'm gonna bring it inside. But the brass and the black, man, I'm thinking that is gonna look dope. All right. I'm gonna put the seat on and show you guys what it looks like tomorrow. All right, so this is a seat that I have. Got it off of eBay. I don't like the brown, and I think it you kind of see it everywhere. Everybody's got this generic brown seat, and I also don't think it goes well with the bike's colors. So I'm gonna try to dye it black, but first I need to get this kind of sealant off with some. I only have nail polish remover, but it's basically the same thing as acetone. So I'm gonna strip it off, and then I'm gonna dye it black. So we'll give that a shot and see how it looks. All right, it has been stripped down. Let's give this black leather dye a shot. Hopefully it will take. If anything, it'll just tone it down, tint it. All right, well, it kind of gave it a little distressed look. It filled in all the little crevices with black, and it dyed the threads darker, and it kind of brought this white tone down into the gray area, which I think it's better. It's not exactly what I wanted. I was hoping for like a more black, but I know it's not real leather. But the chick at the leather store said it should do the same thing, and it didn't. But maybe I'll do another coat once this one fully dries, and then we'll see what it looks like on the bike. All right, that's looking a lot better. It's a little bit darker, kind of fits the bike better. You can see the LEDs. Well, you will once I hook them up. I think that brass gives it a little unique thing that you don't see on other bikes. God damn it, it's raining. It's dripping. You know what? I'm going to leave that. Maybe it'll give it some texture. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for now. And I think I'm going to probably tackle the front end next. I have got some handlebars, some clip-ons that I'm going to put in there, and that's going to help with the overall look, the stance of the bike. So that'll be the next one. All right, bye.